Next on Worcester News Tonight, Holy Cross is headed to the big dance. Will the Crusaders be this year's Cinderella story in the NCAA tournament? And a big bust today for the Worcester Police Department. But first, we begin with breaking news. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim McCone. Worcester police are on the scene of a double fatal shooting on Forbes Street. We're being told tonight 2 people were shot inside of a 3-decker apartment building. The building's owner tells us investigators told him one of those victims has died. Now, police have confirmed both victims have died. The shooting was reported around 8 o'clock Thursday. There was a large police presence on scene as detectives searched in and around the property. The building owner says his family heard the shots.
My son called me at the same time, a second later. He goes, "Dad, I heard some gunshot on the 2nd floor. You better get here right away." And then he said, "What I do?" I say, "Well, call police. I'm on my way over." And that's when he called police. So when I got here, police was arriving at the same time.
Now, earlier today, Worcester police executing a synchronized operation at 8 different locations, leading to 11 arrests. It all unfolded early Thursday morning, the culmination of a year-long joint investigation between the Worcester Police and Mass State Police. 8 warrants were executed simultaneously in Worcester, Oxford, Auburn, and Connecticut. Worcester and Mass State Police getting assistance from the Oxford and Auburn police departments, as well as the Connecticut State Police. Now, the operation led to 11 arrests, more than 200 grams of cocaine, more than 200 grams of heroin, 11 firearms, 10 vehicles, and approximately $75,000 in cash being seized. Well, the Holy Cross men's basketball team completed an improbable run to a Patriot League championship last night. This will be the first time in 9 years the Crusaders are going back to the NCAA tournament. Tonight, fans gathered at the Compass Tavern for the Holy Cross Coaches Show. Head coach Bill Carmody and Patriot League tournament MVP Malachi Alexander taking to the airwaves and breaking down the Crusaders' Cinderella run. Athletic Director Nate Pine was among the many in attendance tonight and says it's great for Holy Cross to be back on the national stage.
Obviously at Holy Cross, the standard is the NCAA tournament, and so that's what people expect. It's been a while since we've been there, and so there's a lot of excitement in this year's team making this run because it was a bit of an unexpected run for us. So we've got a lot of feedback, a lot of calls from our alums, a lot of texts from folks here on campus that there's a ton of excitement.
Now, the team returned to Worcester early this morning. Holy Cross is on spring break this week, but there is still plenty of buzz on campus. Today, our Brittany Schaefer got a chance to catch up with some students, the head coach, and the MVP.
It seems quiet outside the Hart Center Thursday. Most Holy Cross students are on spring break, but inside there's excitement. The Holy Cross men's basketball team is heading to the NCAA tournament.
We're most proud because of the hard season that we had leading up until that point.
Holy Cross didn't win a Patriot League road game during the regular season, but 4 straight in the conference tournament earned the Crusaders their first trip to the NCAAs since 2007.
I love the guys, but yeah, I was absolutely surprised. I hadn't won a game on the road, and they took it home. They rode the momentum they had, won 4 straight, and they got a championship. They could go to the tournament.
We just had to step it up a level, keep faith in each other and keep faith in our coaches. And it turned around for us at the right time.
Malachi Alexander scored 26 points last night and was the MVP.
Just played well together and hung in there, and it wasn't easy, but the guys came through in tough situations.
This is Bill Carmody's first year coaching the men's basketball team, and fans are happy with the quick turnaround at the end of the season.
He brought the Princeton defense to the Holy Cross team, and I guess it worked out pretty well for them in the playoffs, so I think he's a good fit.
With the new coach obviously coming in, getting a title his first season, can't ask for much more.
As for the NCAA tournament, fans are excited to watch the team play on, knowing now anything can happen.
A bunch of those guys on the team are in classes with me, so I'll be watching them in Providence or Brooklyn or wherever they're playing next.
Go for it. Who cares? You're in the tournament now. Make another upset happen. It's awesome.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
Police in Westborough are warning drivers to lock their cars. Police say numerous car break-ins have taken place over the last week in Westborough and in surrounding towns. Cars parked outside of the YMCA and businesses along Route 9 have been broken into. Police are reminding everyone to place all valuables in the trunk of their car or bring them with you. People we spoke with today say they will be much more cautious.
I hope mine doesn't get broken into. I'm glad that the police know about it, but hopefully they can get whoever it is, scoping it out.
If you have any information, you're asked to contact Westborough Police. People in Leicester are on alert tonight after a fox believed to be Rabid attacked several people around town. Michael Rosenfield has a reaction from people who had some close encounters with the animal today.
That's his tooth, man. See where he dug that out?
Dennis Cooney describing the moments he came face to face with a fox in his own driveway.
I got out of the car and started walking around, and the fox was probably next to the shed or something. I didn't see him, and he attacked me and he got me right here. See my boot?
Cooney says his instincts as a former paratrooper immediately kicked in as the fox kept coming after him.
I went down on a sweep. I learned some things in the service, but anyway, I went down on they call it a sweep kick, and I was on my side like this, and he was hissing at me, and he attacked me.
Cooney says he kept trying to fight back to get the fox to leave him alone.
One shot to the jaw. He flipped over a few times, got up and started hissing, and he attacked me again. By now I have my knife out.
The fox eventually took off. The encounter happened just minutes after a woman in this house, just down the street, was attacked as well. Police say she was washing windows when the fox bit her from behind. She's been treated for her injuries and released from the hospital. Authorities believe the animal does have rabies.
Interacting with humans, they're generally not seen during this time of the day. They tend to move around at night, and it's aggressive behavior.
Police sending out a reverse 911 call, alerting neighbors to stay inside and keep their pets in as well.
A lot of people walking their dogs, a lot of kids on bikes, little children next door. Yeah, it's scary, but we live in the woods. I mean, they were here before us.
Right now, the fox is still out there. Police did step up patrols at a nearby elementary school at dismissal time to make sure everyone was safe. In Leicester, Michael Rosenfield, Worcester News Tonight.
Good news for Worcester commuter rail riders. Congressman James McGovern announces a new commuter tax benefit. The benefit comes at a time when it's becoming more expensive to ride the T. Our Patricia Nicholas was there for the announcement and has more.
At Worcester's Union Station, Congressman Jim McGovern announces new access to pre-tax deductions for Worcester's commuter rail riders. A move McGovern says will help make mass transit more affordable.
In the tax package that Congress recently passed, working in a bipartisan way, we extended this benefit permanently.
McGovern says he's been working on the issue for a while. He says if it renews a benefit from an expired bill, commuters will now be able to get up to $255 in pre-tax benefits from their employers each month.
It never made any sense to me that there were more incentives for people who drove to work than there were for people who took public transportation. We want more and more people to utilize mass transit.
McGovern says commuters can save up to $1,044 each year. And because it encourages using the train, the congressman says the benefit extends to city roads and the environment. The Association for Commuter Transportation says the tax deductions will offset a future increase in MBTA fares.
With the rate hikes, I think this couldn't come at a better time.
And that was our Patricia Nicholas reporting. Well, today, Uber releasing their top 10 destinations in Worcester. The ride-sharing app is clearly a hit with college students. Holy Cross, the #1 destination. Worcester State, Assumption, and WPI also cracking the top 10. The site of tonight's coaches show, the Compass Tavern, came in as the #2 destination in the city. The list was compiled using anonymous Uber trip data. A bill to fight the opioid crisis in Massachusetts is now one step closer to becoming law. Today, the state Senate approved the legislation. It would limit painkiller prescriptions to a 7-day supply and set an evaluation requirement within 24 hours for overdose victims who are seeking help at the emergency room. The legislation now heads to Governor Baker's desk. Well, a Massachusetts-based tea company is now selling their products at the Big Y in Worcester. The Tea Guys first started selling their products at other Big Ys in 2014. Now they are in more than 16 of the supermarkets. The owner says with the help of Big Y, they have been able to double their sales and staff. He says his company wouldn't survive without the help of the grocery store.
It takes a village sort of to build success. So in our case, it's taken two families. It's taken the Big Y family and the T Guys family, and there's a tremendous bond and connection there.
Most of their tea is hand-picked. Their new seasonal tea is the maple sugar, which is made with